Moving into a new apartment is always a blend of hope and apprehension. Each empty room is a blank canvas, echoing with the promise of new beginnings and the faint residue of past lives. For her, the ritual was always the same: unpacking the cardboard boxes, setting out her favorite mugs, and inevitably finding that doll. No matter the building, no matter the city, it was always there, perched on a shelf, tucked in a closet, waiting. Its porcelain face was delicate and pale, with faded blue eyes that gleamed with an uncanny awareness. The first time it seemed almost quaint, as if a previous tenant had simply left it behind. She set it aside, thinking nothing of it, and tossed it into the trash the following morning. But as she settled in for her first night, a chill crept up her spine. The apartment was silent except for the hum of the refrigerator and the distant sounds of traffic, but she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The next morning, while unpacking the rest of her belongings, she found the doll again, this time sitting quietly atop the kitchen counter. She frowned, feeling a flicker of unease. Maybe she'd imagined throwing it out. Maybe it was simply misplaced. With a nervous laugh, she bundled it up in a garbage bag, double-knotted it, and carried it down to the dumpster herself. Days passed. The apartment began to feel like home. She hung art on the walls and filled the shelves with books. Yet, on a rainy afternoon, as she reached for a teacup, she caught sight of the doll's cracked face peering at her from the cupboard. Its lips, painted in a faded rose, seemed to curl with a knowing smile. The hairline fractures in the porcelain were more pronounced now, spiderwebbing across its cheek. Her heart thudded. She was certain she'd gotten rid of it. This time, she didn't just throw it away. She smashed it, hurling it against the bottom of the empty bathtub. The porcelain shattered, scattering tiny shards across the enamel. She swept up the pieces, wrapped them in newspaper, and took them far from her building, leaving them in the trash at a gas station miles away. That night she slept fitfully, haunted by dreams of tiny scraping footsteps and the soft whisper of porcelain sliding over tile. The next morning the doll was back, whole again, resting on her pillow, its eyes wide open, fixed on her. Panic rose in her chest. She called her friends, desperate for an explanation, but none believed her. Each time she moved across town to a new city, to a new country, the doll followed. It was always the same: empty rooms, the scent of fresh paint, and the doll, waiting. She tried to ignore it, to live with it, but the sense of dread grew with each passing night. Sometimes she would wake to find it on her bedside table, or nestled in her laundry basket, or sitting silently at the foot of her bed. She began to notice other things too: shadows shifting in the corners of her vision, the faint sound of whispering just beyond the threshold of hearing. Her dreams were filled with broken glass and the sensation of cold ceramic fingers brushing her skin. She stopped inviting people over, too ashamed and frightened to admit what was happening. The doll became a constant presence, a silent, watchful companion. Then one night she awoke in darkness, paralyzed by a suffocating weight. The room was heavy with silence. Slowly she realized she was not alone. She could feel the cool, cracked porcelain pressed against her cheek, the doll's tiny face inches from her own. Its painted eyes seemed to gleam in the dimness. She tried to scream, but her voice caught in her throat. In the quiet, she heard a whisper, soft and urgent, like the rustle of silk dresses in forgotten rooms. And she finally understood. The doll had never been in the apartments. It had always been with her,